Assalamualaikum and good day. Okay, so now we will present about our model, which is simulation approach of the queue at the VMart. So my name is Hani Amira binti Halim, 247026.
And my name is Wanut Laili Ijati binti Wan Alias. My metric number 247153. Okay, the firstly is the diagram of the model according to the figure that shows the simulation of the model of the VMart by using the Arena software. According to the figure that shows the simulation of the model, our entity is the customer. There are three counters that involved for this model, which are counter 1, counter 2, and express counter. This model starting when the customer arrives at the counter, and then they decide which counter to pay their item based on the item they are buying. If the item below the 5, they will go to express counter, and the item bigger to 5, they will choose counter 1 or counter 2. After they to be served, they will depart from the VMart. Okay, next the about input of the data. The collected data that was analyzed by using input analyzer of the Arena software. There are two variables that involved, which are time between arrival and service time. For the time between arrival, we are found out that time between arrival follow the normal distribution with the mean 2.38 and 1.51 with the number of data point 402. For the service time of counter 1, that follow the log normal distribution with the expression 1.5 plus log normal with 2.04 and 1.11, the data of point 119. Next, for the service time for counter 2, that follow the normal distribution with the mean 3.44 and the standard deviation 0.934, the data point is 150. The last one for the express counter that follow the beta distribution with the expression negative 0.4 plus 4 multiplied by beta with 10 and 5.59, the number of data point which is 168. The next is the model verification. The aim of verification model is to ensure that the model has been developed based on actual event during observation and element within the model functioning properly, and to verify that the model developed by Arena meets the real situation at the counter. We have shown the model to VMart's manager. Next, this model to verify the process step is similar between model and real system. When the model was simulated 1100 replication, and this model compiler in program was used to check that program run is correct and no error while program execution. Okay, this is show the result of the model. What we can see that between the waiting time in view of the average, there is no obvious difference between for each counter, and the number in queue have 6 customers in queue of 4 counter 1 and express counter. For counter 2, there are 5 number customers in a queue. These results of the model, they appear from the arena simulation.
Okay, so for the next one is model validation. Model validation we use to measure the accuracy of the model based on the evidence available. So for our model, we state that our validity level is 10%. Thus, we count the number of customers between actual and simulation output. We use the level validity of a model, which simulation output minus actual output divided by actual output, and then we want to get it in percent, which our answer is 1.99%. Thus, our model output is valid since it is between 10%. Okay, so for the next one is we want to find the average waiting time between actual data and simulation data. So we want to find the difference. So for the counter 1, the actual data is 0.7731. And for the actual simulation data for counter 1 is 0.9391. For counter 2, the actual data is 0.5304, while the simulation data is 0.7785. And for the express counter, the actual data is 0.8155. And for the next simulation data for express counter is 0.3171. So for conclusion, between actual data and simulation data, there is not a big differences between all of them. The data is approximately same. Okay, so for the next one is we want to find the difference between the average service time between the actual data and the simulation data. Okay, so for counter 1, the actual data is 2.9172. While for simulation data for counter 1, 0.4326. For counter 2, the actual data is 2.9057. And for the simulation data, 0.4055. And for the last one, for express counter, the actual data is 2.8645. While simulation data for express counter is 0.3610. Okay, so for conclusion, all of the counter 1, counter 2, and express counter provide less than 1 counter in 1 minute. That means the service time that they have to achieve for the actual data is between 2 and 3 because the actual data is in between 2 and 3. Okay, so for next is for what if analysis. So for our model, we carry what if analysis in order to reduce waiting time and the queuing at the counter. Okay, so for our model, there is only one cashier operating at one time at the counter. Thus, we consider to add one more counter, which it may help to fasten the service time. Thus, it will reducing the service time and the waiting queue for the customer. Okay, so for the next what if analysis, we conclude that adding one more counter at VMart that will operating at the same time, which it will also reduce the waiting time and the queue line at the counter. Okay, so for our assumption of our model, we declare that there will be no customer left the supermarket without buying anything. And then for next, there are only 2 hours of observation at the counter. And there is no limit to the number of queue at the counter for the counter 1, counter 2, and for the express counter. And the next one is there will be no switching line of customer at all of the counter where the customer, if customer at counter 1, they will not going to counter 2 or express counter as example. Okay, so for counter 1 and counter 2, there is no limit number of items for counter 1 and counter 2. Okay, so for the next one, express counter, we declare that the payment counter is only for the item that below and equal to 5. And customer with item below or equal to 5 will definitely go to the express counter. Okay, so for the limitation for our study, we have a limited time of observation because our observation only take 2 hours in the weekend for 4 weeks. Okay, so for second limitation is for data limitation. Our data is limited, which may lead to inaccurate detail. It means that our data is too small. We don't have enough data to get the accurate detail. Okay, so for the next one is suggestion for future research. Discrete event simulation we can use to monitor the number of stock available in the other mall or at the same mall. Okay, so for the second suggestion for our future research, we can also use DES to make observation at a bigger mall, which it helps us to gain more accurate data. Okay, so for our conclusion, as our objective for study to improve the queuing time of customer at VMart payment counter by reducing the time spent by customer in queue. So based on the overall summary from the model output, the maximum number of customers for all counter is 5 and 6. Thus, it may result to a long queue and waiting time for every customer at every counter. Thus, it may affect the customer satisfaction towards our service that provided at VMart. So, the changes have to be made towards the number of payment counter available at VMart in order to have a shorter queuing time and to improve our service performance. Okay, thank you.